What's up YouTube, Fanta here, and this is day 2 and day 3 of E3. Here you can see Sea of Thieves, which I waited in line for about an hour, and the demo itself was about 10 to 15 minutes, but it was honestly a lot of fun. The graphics were great, the gameplay was really enjoyable. The only problem I had with it is that I have no idea what the actual full game is going to be like, because all they do is have you do a quick battle against 2 other teams, and that's about it. So I'm wondering if they're going to have some sort of single player or upgrade systems, I don't know. And then I just kind of showed off the Persona 5 booth and the GameSpot live stream / video coverage. There's Turtle Beach taking up a ton of room. There's the Focus Home Entertainment area. They're the ones that make Farming Simulator and a bunch of other random games. Now, T-Mobile took up a huge area, I'm not sure why, which was the main problem I had with E3, is just the amount of space wasted to things that just were not really gaming related, like T-Mobile, Samsung took up a huge area. I know it's the Electronic Entertainment Expo, but I don't know, I wanted more games. Like, I know there was a lot of games there and stuff, but look how big that Samsung area is. I mean, come on, Samsung. Now this was cool. This was a group of indie developers, and they were working on making tabletop games in the digital worlds. They already had a couple places, like a couple games licensed, like Settlers of Catan and Ticket to Ride. Here's me at the DX Racer booth. And here is me waiting in line for the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild demo. And there's the voice of Mario, which I actually got a picture of, or a picture with rather. And he also signed these pictures of himself with all the different characters he does the voice acting for. He did the voice for everybody with every single picture. He was a really nice guy. I'm really glad I got to meet him. And I felt like he was there because he wanted to be there. He didn't seem like he was contractually obligated. I mean, he seemed like a really nice guy. And there's my awkward picture. I'm not very photogenic, unfortunately. And here is the line again. There's just the crazy amount of people there. I guess I got an email from E3 asking to do a survey, and they said over 70,000 people were there, and I don't doubt it that at some point through filtering those 3 days was 70,000 people, because it was just insane. There is the entrance to Breath of the Wild. There's the amiibos, which actually look really cool. I like the Guardian amiibo a lot. It's huge. It just explodes off the stand. And even the new Link amiibo looks really cool. Now, I have a little bit of the Zelda experience in this video, but most of that, if not 98% of that, is going to be in the actual Breath of the Wild E3 experience. So if you haven't seen that video already, highly recommend it. Go check that out, just because it was incredible, and Zelda really did steal the show this year. And I mean, there are a lot of other great games, but I don't know, just seeing the new Zelda for the first time, it's been years since the last Zelda game. It was really exciting. And then we were able to play it for 35 minutes, which was just crazy. And then all the people inside were really nice. They would help you through the different parts of the game. They'd answer your questions, and they'd all even take photos of you, like this really dumb photo that I did. Here's the Persona 5 Atlas area. Unfortunately, you couldn't play Persona 5. I don't know why. Here's Forza Horizon 3, and that game was, of course, incredible. The funny thing is that almost none of the games, I'm not going to say none of the games, but almost none of the games were actually being played on Xbox Ones. Most of them were plugged into computers underneath the stand, and the Xbox One that was shown on the table wasn't even turned on. So all of them just said the games are running at specs that the Xbox One can handle. So I'm not sure why they did that, but it was really interesting to see that they did do that. And there was Ghost Recon Wildlands. I did get a chance to play that. It was okay. It was pre-alpha, so there were lots of bugs, but Ubisoft is known for bugs, so who knows how many they're actually going to fix. And yeah, just the crazy amount of people. The nice thing about the Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon over here was the fact that I waited maybe 10 minutes, I just watched them play once, and then I got to join in and play. Whereas over at the Ubisoft booth, it was a 2-hour wait to play the exact same demo. So I'm guessing that most people just didn't know that this game was playable over here, and that's why the wait was so crazy. So here you can see, right there on the left is the actual team leader. He's a employee of Ubisoft who just kind of walks everyone through the mission and keeps us all on track, just so it's not a 40-minute demo. Here's Cuphead. This is a really, really cool indie game where it's all hand-drawn. I actually got to talk to one of the animators for it, and he said it just took so much time, and I don't doubt it. There was the culling back there. Very mediocre indie game, unfortunately. There's Attack on Titan. I'm not sure how that game is. I didn't get to play it. I watched him play a little bit of it. Doesn't seem like my type of game. But, you know, to each their own. At least they look like they're trying harder than they did with the 3DS version. My only gripe is that there's no blood, really. And if you have never watched Attack on Titan, that is a bloody show. And there's some more indie games over here. Actually, that's Sniper Elite 4. Thinking back, I'm actually kind of sad I didn't get to play it. But I mean, I'm sure it's probably more of the same. So I didn't really miss anything unless they added some revolutionary feature I didn't know about. There was Halo Wars over there. I don't think you got to play it, unfortunately. I know Battlefield 1 was not playable at E3. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. And there's the Capcom Resident Evil house. I don't know, it's just a really cool looking haunted house atmosphere. Yeah, it is the Resident Evil experience. You actually go in there and it's a haunted house, and that's pretty cool. Here is another cool exhibit. This is at Bethesda. This is for Dishonored 2. Now, I actually didn't play much of Dishonored 1 just because I somehow killed the guy that upgrades your weapons, and that kind of ruined the game for me. So, I'll give that another shot later on, but this one looked a lot better than the first one. But then again, the first one looked incredible when they first showed it, so time will tell. I know a lot of people really like that series. I'm just not a big fan. But maybe the second one will change that for me, because it looks like you didn't have to play the first one to enjoy the second one. There's kind of a neat creature from it. But E3 was wonderful. I had such a great time. I really want to thank Nintendo for sending me there, and I really hope I get to go next year as well. I'd love to make this an annual tradition. Also, here's a whole thing made out of Legos. They're kind of promoting Lego World. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. And coming up is going to be a little bit of a clip of... Well, I guess before that, I just kind of filmed some of the weird stuff. They had this weird dome thing. I guess it was for parties. I'm not really sure why it was there. I don't know.